Hey everybody, DXUN here. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the PvP rewards because, as most of you know, it's been definitely a problem. They, well, as we all know, the ops sets and the PvP set, all class are all looking alike. It's all looking the same. They may have made the different alterations, but the pull it off part didn't work. It just looked the same. That's why no one likes to wear them, or just about. There's very few people that wear that stuff. They just take the mods out and wear something else. Like, I understand that maybe initially they were trying to like make people really go towards the cartel. They're gonna go either way. There's always something that's original and new on the cartel, no matter what. They just need to give us something that looks cool so that people that achieve something, like in PvP or in higher degrees of ops, get something cool. I don't think people would care so much about a rehash or a reskin of your set that you had initially. What they don't want is, because everybody looks the same already, now you're doing a rehash of everybody looking the same all over again. So it just does not work as good as it would normally work if it was a rehash of or a reskin of something just class specific. Basically, go back to what you were doing initially, because that's what worked. The offset in Eternity Vault, the tiny set, all that stuff that you're reskinning again now, well, that stuff, that was what we wanted, and that's what we need again. So don't come back in the expansion giving us the same shit again that everybody's saying. What we mean by same shit? No class-like set. Every class has to have a set that's different. Fuck, it was so different before that even like a power tech looked different than a merc. So I mean, you go from like extreme like that. You don't have to go that extreme, but if you do, that's great. But again, all we ask is a class set that looks completely different than everybody else as far as class. And then if you do that, when you do the upgrade-ish look or reskin look, that look better, obviously, for like the season 3 winners and all that stuff, and all the nightmare guys and all that, then that'll work. But if you don't do that, I'm sorry, but you're gonna miss the boat by a mile. And again, it's gonna create more diversity, because even if you do that, people will still go and buy cartel items to get those different looks. You always have cool stuff coming from the cartel, and we all know, because that's how the game survives, by having the cartel being hot. We understand that, but giving us shitty sets like that is not acceptable, especially like people that work numerous hours to get these things. Like, add more things, just add more. Everything that they do, that they make, that's new is great. Like, I rarely bash something that's new. I don't know, and it's not just because I don't want. It's not because I'm trying to encourage the behavior by BioWare, but it's also because it looks good usually. So, like, bring something, like, but don't bring the same shit, because it just does not work. And again, if you keep doing that, you're just gonna lose more people again, and then we're just gonna be in a real tough spot. Which would not be obviously something that people want. So again, fix it and stop arguing with the fan base. The fan base are so, that's the thing too. The Star Wars fan base is so passionate that every time they come off, they might not come out right at first, but they'll definitely give you the time of the day. And if you're ignoring it, and you're just pissing off people. And we know what happened in SWG. They kept ignoring us. I'm not gonna say you kept, because obviously BioWare is not Sony, but or SOE. But SOE kept ignoring everything, and that's what ticked everybody off. That's what the only reason you're getting a chance is because it's not Sony. If it was Sony, I'm pretty sure no one would want to give them a chance again. So and then the feedback. There's a bazillion feedback on there. There's so many Star Wars fanboys out there that will give you all kinds of cool stuff, ideas. No doubt about it. It's just you have to actually look, and you gotta sometimes it's more than just like say, us giving us a full rundown as well, right? Sometimes it'll be like an idea, and then you have the thing. You're the ones that devs that make the game. You're the ones that have to start thinking about ways to implement that so it works. But sometimes you actually have the whole plan. It just depends, right? I know I've seen that happen in SWG. We had like a post, I think it was for the council or whatever, because it was just a mess. Everybody was abusing the crap out of it by just killing themselves over and over again, which obviously is boring. But again, it was happening. So it's just, yeah. So I think in this case, they actually had brought like a guy had brought a full post developing the whole fucking thing on how that should happen. And everybody was reading it. It was like, oh, this is it, man. This is awesome. And like everybody would sign the damn post. That was over 100,000 signatures easily, like very easily. And then what they do? They totally ignored it and never actually fixed the thing. So it was always wrong and never worked and all that. So they were given like very, 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 like when you give a full-fledged plan on how to do it so it works, and no one that from their community is actually thinking about inputting it, then obviously you're missing the boat. So again, work that out by where, because that's wrong. Boop.